Welcome to the California Department of Education Integrated and Designated English Language Development Transitional Kindergarten through Grade 12 video series. Science with Integrated English Language Development in Grade 7. In this lesson, the students have an opportunity to observe and discuss different types of rocks and hypothesize how they were formed. The students are developing critical content knowledge for what they will do later in the unit of study, create models that illustrate the flow of energy that drives the process of rock formation. The California Next Generation Science Standards driving the lesson. The science performance expectation is middle school, Earth and Space Science 2, Subitem 1, Earth's Systems, where students who demonstrate understanding can develop a model to describe the cycling of Earth's materials and the flow of energy that drives this process. Watch for how this California Science Standard is addressed throughout the lesson. The supporting California English Language Development Standards used in tandem with the Science Standards. The English Language Development Standards at the bridging level are Grade 7, Part 1, Standard 1, Exchanging Information and Ideas, where students contribute to class, group, and partner discussions by following turn-taking rules, asking relevant questions, affirming others, adding relevant information and evidence, paraphrasing key ideas, building on responses, and providing useful feedback. And Grade 7, Part 1, Standard 12A, Selecting Language Resources, where students use an expanded set of general academic words, domain-specific words, synonyms, antonyms, and figurative language to create precision and shades of meaning while speaking and writing. Watch how students move from early levels of proficiency toward the bridging levels of these English language development standards throughout the lesson. Watch how the teacher structures activities that prepare students to engage in effective small group conversations about the formation of rocks and promote the students' oral language, vocabulary, and writing development.
First thing, this is on your table for a reason. Please use it. You will notice that you just follow arrows. You can see it gives you some idea of what's going on in the rock cycle, particularly with your rock. You can go backwards, you can go forwards. You will look at the words like weathering and erosion, cooling, when you get to the describing of your rock type. Okay, so use this. You're going to use this. Facilitator, please put this in front of you for a second. I want you just to look carefully at it. So facilitator, when you pass the rock to student number 4, and I'm going to go through this in just a second, you're going to ask them and say, what do you observe? Number 4 will say, I observe. Then facilitator, when the rock gets passed to the next person, you will ask them, what do you observe? And they will share, I observe. Okay, so facilitator, you're asking these questions. Are there any questions on that? We're good? Facilitator, put the rock in your hand. Now you know who you're going to hand it off to, and you know what question you're going to ask them. Please go.
I observe a rock that is hard and that is big with a lot of different colors.
Now pass it to number 3.
Did you write that down?
What do you observe?
I observe like a rock that has like some shiny crystals if you really pay attention to it, and it has like 4 different type of colors around it.
¿Qué es lo que observo? Yo observo que tiene varios tipos de colores.
I observe a lot of small crystals in this rock and how it changes color and how all these little small crystals are part of this rock.
What do I say? Okay, so I wonder how long did it take the rock for it to get its form?
Where this rock has
Amy?
I wonder why it takes so long for a rock to form its layers.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took the weathering to make all these layers and how many years it has been in this lab.
I wonder.
What do you wonder?
I wonder what type of rock is it?
What do you think about what you see?
I think that this is maybe an igneous rock.
No, just wait.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think about what you see?
I think the rock took like years to get in the shape.
Nice. Took years.
What do you think about what you see?
I wonder what kind of rock.
I agree with what Shani said, and I also think it is a igneous rock.
When I'm walking around and I'm listening to you, you are talking like scientists. I am thoroughly impressed with what you're doing. Speakers, please raise your hand again. Nice. Remember, you're going to share out to the class in about 4 minutes what the group came up with. Everybody, please use this tent in front of you to ask, could you clarify what you mean by that? To expand on what Amy said, I'd like to add. This is that academic language we want to start using more and more. So please use this.
Geometry because over there I see layers. Over there, the rocks in the picture.
Brian, clarify what you mean by you think it's a sedimentary rock.
I think it's a sedimentary rock because of the layers that it has on there.
I believe it's a sedimentary rock because of the layers and they're just sitting there.
Layers from compaction.
I agree with everybody, and I think it is a sedimentary rock because of the layers.
Because of the sediments.
And the sediments have been layered by however many years. I think it's a sedimentary rock.
What rock type do you think it is?
I think this rock type is igneous because igneous is not that really dusty, but like it has a little, a little crystal in it. That's what I think. I think it's an igneous rock too because it has like a lot of, what is that? Like crystals in it, and it's like kind of shaped like an igneous rock.
What kind of rock do you think it is?
I also I agree on what Ophelia and Shani said because like Shani said it has a lot of small crystals and it's not as dusty and it probably was made again
Okay, let's take about
because it melted from the magma and then it was formed again.
I think this is an igneous rock because of the crystals inside of it and because of the shape.
Okay, so penguins. I know that our speaker at the penguins table right now is going to be Fernando. So Fernando, please hold up your rock. Show them what rock you have. A little higher. Can everybody see that? Yeah. All right. Go ahead and explain what your group came up with.
So our group explained how this rock was an igneous rock and how, because like how the crystals of the tiny minerals of the crystals formed this rock and how long it took to form it.
How long do you think it took to form?
Millions of years.
Millions of years. What was the process behind that forming? What are we talking about there if it's igneous?
So this used to be a metamorphic rock, but how it melted into magma and how the magma cooled down for a lot of years and how the crystals formed this igneous rock.
2 claps. That was awesome.
Reflection and discussion. Reflect on the following questions. First, how did you observe the following focal content standards and supporting English language development standards being implemented in this Grade 7 Integrated English Language Development lesson? Earth and Space Science 2, Subitem 1. Earth's Systems. English Language Development Part 1, Standard 1. Exchanging Information and Ideas. And Part 1, Standard 12A. Selecting Language Resources. Second, what features of integrated English language development did you observe in the lesson? Now pause the video and engage in a discussion with colleagues. The California Department of Education would like to thank the administrators, teachers, and students who participated in the making of this video. This video was made possible by the California Department of Education in collaboration with WestEd and Timbre Films.